And we'll dive in. So, okay, one thing I wanted to start sharing about at the beginning of this call, I won't always do this, but every once in a while it's fun to bring in a product to focus on. And I feel like this is one that we haven't talked a ton about on our team, primarily because I hadn't ever learned a lot about it, so I don't ever talk about it. And I don't talk about it on the LDC, but I just learned a lot about this one at doTERRA's leadership. And so I still don't claim to be an expert, but what I'll tell you is I have gotten a PowerPoint from another person on the Diamonds and Above page that's kind of an expert on phytoestrogen. So don't feel like you have to like copy down notes on all the stuff that's on the screen right now. This was some of the stuff that I just highlighted it, but it's literally from the PowerPoint. And so I think it's so fascinating. So basically, in our body, we all have estrogen, including men, of course. It's just a natural occurring hormone. And there are xenoestrogens, which you can see this list here of all sorts of things that can act like xenoestrogens in the body. But they're either synthetic or natural chemical compounds, and they basically block our receptor sites and interfere with the proper intake of estrogen in our body and progesterone. So if you've ever done the fertility protocol from the Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies book, you'll see that it talks about phytoestrogen in there. One of the big concerns people have with it is that it's made out of soy, but it is non-GMO fermented soy. And if you spend time like learning a lot about soy, you'll learn that like non-GMO fermented soy is actually really, really beneficial to the body. It's really beneficial to even like female health in general, where like, for instance, in Japan, they eat lots of soy, but it's not GMO soy. So I came from the standpoint of knowing that soy was bad, so I kind of just generalized it. And that's what made me a little leery of phytoestrogen. But now I'm learning that there's a total big old difference, and how basically plant phytoestrogens are gentle and basically help clean the hormone receptor sites. And block those xenoestrogens. And so I'll just tell you, like right after leadership, of course, I started taking it because I'm like, if I'm going to start teaching about this to people, I have to have taken it. And it's crazy, guys. I like messaged the lady today because I have been exhausted and my face is like breaking out everywhere, like way more than it ever has in a long time. And I was assuming that it's probably cleansing my body a lot, which is why I'm breaking out and why I'm requiring so much sleep. And I was messaging with this woman that I had talked to about the phytoestrogen supplement, and she said, obviously confirmed what I was already thinking, that my body is just cleansing it out. So it's perfect timing with our cleanse coming up because it will help my body cleanse that out even more. But I just wanted to share this little tidbit with you guys, and then I'm going to put that PowerPoint up for all of you guys to check out, just because we're all still in this process of learning, right? And growing in our understanding of doTERRA's products. Maybe you guys feel like you're more experts in this than I am, but hopefully that will be a helpful source of info for you guys. It seems to be like a little bit pre-compliant days, because it was not just on there to see. She messaged me privately, so that also made me excited. So the next thing I wanted to dive into after a little product focus was to celebrate a few things that are going on our team. First off, I wanted to celebrate Ashley Rieger and Lacey Rapp, who both successfully hit elite during our Dare to Elite program, and they were both like super committed and engaging with all the things that we had going on in the Dare to Elite program. I will say that I do think that there was other like awesome shifts that happened during Dare to Elite, and I'm thankful for all of you guys that took part in those calls and benefited from all the information that we went through. I have all of the recordings still on the Dare to Elite page, and feel free to share those with your builders, especially the Strength Finders one. We'll talk more about Strength Finders at the end of this, but I just think why not go back to that Dare to Elite page and share those recordings? Those are great things for them to reference. Our top enrollers in March were Jill Sims and Ashley Corver. They both had 3 enrollments, but I just want to like state the obvious, I guess, that there are so many of you that are all like super strong and consistently enrolling a couple people every month, and that is huge too. So way to go. And then I wanted to take some time to just like celebrate things that we don't always get to celebrate, because I don't always honestly get to see all of them. And so I asked some of the leaders on our team some questions just to like hear more of what's going on. So I may have gotten like extra eyes to be able to share this with you guys. But Londa Flory, I wanted to just like celebrate her for being strategic and like resourceful. When we went to California, one of her qualifiers builders actually lives about 2 hours from where we were, and she lined up a class. So she got to multitask while we were at leadership and teach a class to help launch that new builder. Laura Glanville is now the second person on the LDC besides myself that has gotten the 1,500 level Power of 3 bonus, guys, which is, yeah, that's why I said second person besides me. So I have gotten it, Melissa has gotten it, and now Laura has gotten it, and I just, like, it's so huge. Like, that bonus is life-changing, and what I love most about it is that, like, Laura got $1,500, but in the process of her being stretched to help lead her leaders, she helped how many people get a $50 bonus? I'm like, I don't even know. A lot of people get a $50 Power of 3 bonus, and her frontline girls helped them to all get the $250 bonus. So it's 9 people that got $50 bonuses. But anyways, that's like super powerful and obviously really impactful for all of those people. And I will tell you that that bonus did not come like just easily. Like, she worked very intelligently, strategically planning out how she was going to hit that bonus and how she was going to hit it multiple times in a row as well. And it's so worth it, of course. So super excited for her. Jill Sims is a leader here from Waco. I think she's probably not on the call right now unless she got done with her make and take that her and Heather were doing. But she has been doing something really successfully that I haven't seen a lot of builders do, in the way that she is like reaching out to people on her team that have been enrolled but not like super well supported and not like really immersed in knowing how to use their oils. And I have seen her, I don't even know how many times at Pinewood, the local coffee shop, like running through like one-on-ones with people to help people get restarted with their oils. And it's just really, really exciting to see her doing that so successfully. So if you need somebody to contact, she actually took over a ghost leg. So if any of you guys have experienced that on your team, you know that it's hard to connect with people that you didn't know and enroll, and she did it very successfully. And then her and Heather are not on the same team. They are crossline on Danny Owen's team here in Waco, and they have like been collaborating on like everything and just killing it here. So I just wanted to celebrate them, because I think sometimes it's easy to be like, well, my upline's not doing this class, or I live in an area where there's not any other leaders, and you feel like you have to do it all yourself, and you just don't. Like, you can find other people to get creative with, and they're having like a Broterra class this month, and like tonight they were having the ebook class with a little bit of a make and take for detox stuff. So anyways, that's really cool. Kelsey Vandebrink is taking like all the people that are like, I will never do the business, I will never. And she is like converting them into the most oil obsessed people that like can't even help but do doTERRA as a business. And not only that, but like she's had some like pretty cool revelations of these new people that want to share. Like, one person literally inviting 40 people to their first class. That's really excited about the finances that doTERRA can provide in retirement. So anyways, that is really, really awesome, Kelsey. I wanted to celebrate that. Kirsten Kucha, I think I'm saying her last name right? Right, Stacy? Am I saying that right? Yeah. So she has taken over a spot as well, and she's just totally stepping into the fear. And so anyways, I have multiple names on here: Kristen, Tiffany Broderson, and then Jenny from Minnesota. These ladies have all just been stepping into the fear big time by teaching their own classes, which we all remember what it was like to teach that first class. It is totally scary. But they're rocking it and enrolling people and just doing an awesome job. Tiffany actually taught a class at her chiropractor's office, which is awesome. And Jenny Jenny didn't teach a class, but she did a vendor show, which I feel like in some ways is even more scary. Just stepping into the fear, talking to people you don't even know. So anyways, wanted to celebrate all of that with them. Ashley Rieger, through Dare to Elite, has just like stepped into the fear in a new level as well, getting her coworkers excited about doTERRA and helping them all get on LRP, like supporting them so well, which is really fun. And I totally do not have everybody's name on this convention ticket list, but there are like, I think there's about 40 people right now on the LDC that have all gotten tickets for convention, which is just like amazing. And it gets me like so excited, like a year from now, like just like what the growth will look like for everybody. Convention is just so life-changing and it changes your business. And so I want to celebrate everybody, especially like when you're in those beginning ranks and convention feels like a little bit of a risk. Like I want to celebrate you for taking that risk, because I know that as you go and you let the belief levels that up at convention change the action you're doing in your business, it's just going to create so much more than you even know in your life. And so that kind of ties in with this quote that I have here. They showed at Leadership. My husband snapped a pic of it, and it says, if you understood residual income, you would walk through a brick wall to get it. And I think it's so true, guys. Like, as I talk to some of these people that have been in doTERRA even a little bit longer than me and taking consistent action, going after their dreams, like it's amazing what it can do. And so anyways, I want to celebrate all of your guys' action in going after that. The next thing I wanted to just briefly talk about, I'm sure you guys are all well aware of the promotions for this month. But obviously the enrollment promotion is huge. And so I'm sure a lot of you guys are like me. You're working on people that you have been sharing with for a long time. And this could likely be the promotion that like tips them over the edge and gets them excited about doTERRA. So making sure you have like lots of classes on the books for you to get newbies interested, whether they're online or in person, or maybe you're doing one-on-ones. This is like a great month to help new people join your team. And it's also a great way to get lots of points for the incentive trip, which we'll talk about in a second. But the product of the month is Breathe, and then Tries is 10% off, which is obviously greatly placed or very strategically placed with allergies and asthma, or allergies this time of year. So just really, I think, taking time to focus on following up with those leads that you have in the funnel already, and then focusing on educating specifically about the cleanse is going to be super beneficial for your guys' teams. And I also love this quote that Tyler shot a picture of. I think these months are always the months that remind me of this truth, which says you can do this business part-time, you can do this business full-time, but you can't do this business sometimes. Because this is one of those months that if you like have people in the works that you've been sharing with, it becomes a really awesome month because you can get those people over the edge. But if you don't have people that you've been sharing with because you've been doing the business sometimes, then it can be a really hard month because you're like, shoot, I don't have any people I've been sharing with to be able to share this promotion with. And so if that's you, I don't say that to be discouraging. I say that statement like purely to just encourage you that as you seek to intentionally share, like those leads just continue to be added. And like, yeah, it really comes down to putting yourself intentionally in relationship with new people, which like, especially if you're through your warm market, which is where I'm at. A lot of you guys might not be to that point yet, but if you are, like one thing I just wanted to specifically share on this call is if you feel like you're through your warm market and you're trying to meet new people and trying to meet new leads, I would really encourage everybody on the call to like look for like things in life that you could, like groups of people, I guess, where you could join up with them in some way to like maybe do something fun that you already love. Like maybe you like to learn, and maybe you even have strengths that make it so you like to learn new things. So maybe you go to a place where you know there's other people that are learning new things. If it's like a craft like what Callie does with calligraphy, it's a great way to broaden your market. Or maybe I was talking with Laura and Londa about this, like there's places like Toastmasters or like personal development groups that are going to be awesome for you to invest in yourself. And you're also going to meet other people that are desiring more in their life. Like they're wanting to be successful. They're going after it. And those are the types of people that we want in our business, because they would probably be great at doing what we do as well. And so when I went to that yoga training that I went to, a lot of people go to that for personal breakthrough in their life. And so I knew that I was going to meet other people that were like high vibe, seeking the same type of things that I was. So those are great things to do, like for yourself, just investing in yourself, and also going to meet other people as well and broaden your market. Vendor shows are also great. There's so many options, but just focusing intentionally on getting more leads is a very, very helpful thing for your business. And then I wanted to briefly go over some dates, because if you're like me, I'm like trying to figure out how to move these pictures. Sorry, guys. Planning my success is like a key part of my business. When I get to the beginning part of the month and I don't have any classes planned, it always sucks. Like I just feel behind on the game. And I want to make it easier on you guys. Like I know we have a lot of things that are available on the LDC always. And so I just want you guys to be able to plan for those things as well, because it definitely affects like when the cleanse just sneaks up, it like is harder, because then we don't have as much time to prep for it. So anyways, obviously the cleanse starts on the 16th and oil camp starts then as well. So right now my 4 qualifiers and I all get 5 spots. And if you are like, depending on whoever's team you are, if you want people to be in oil camp, I would make sure you write down the date for oil camp in your calendar every single month so you know when it's coming. And then the week before on the 9th, you can be on your game. You can text Melissa, Laura, Londa, Danny, and you can be like, hey, can I have 1 spot? Can I have 2 spots for oil camp? And you can ask them. I promise if you're proactive like that, they're probably going to say yes. But it's just a great way to be on top of things for your business. So those 2 things I wanted to make sure you knew about. And then on May 2nd, we will have the How to Get the Most Out of Your Membership class. So that's a great time when, whether your people did oil camp or not, any of your enrollments from the month of April and even like the end of March, that's a great event to invite them to. What I would not do is I would not think of the How to Get the Most. Well, okay, I'll talk about what I would do. The way that How to Get the Most is meant to be most beneficial is you've enrolled somebody, you've had a membership overview, and you've talked with them about their health goals. You've helped them determine certain products that are going to be the most helpful for them in their health. And you've talked to them about LRP and how they can get the things that they're wanting that they didn't get in their kit. And then the How to Get the Most Out of Their Membership class helps to clarify, and it helps to repeat those things that people need to hear multiple times. So for instance, like when you place a $50 order or 50 PV order, you're going to earn a percentage back. A lot of times that detail gets blurry for people because there's so many things we teach them at a membership overview. So the How to Get the Most class really helps them to take a deeper understanding and deeper level of ownership over their membership, which is what we want, right? So on the 20th of April, we're going to have an Elite Plus celebration in South Dakota. So stay tuned for more details as far as the time and the location and what we're going to be doing. But you should probably just write it down on your calendars because it's going to be awesome. And I'm excited to see you. We'll do fun stuff and we'll have some business training. So that will be in the evening on the 20th. And then on that Saturday, a lot of you guys already know we're having the South Dakota Aroma Touch. Currently we have 17 people that are registered. You guys are killing it. It's going to be an awesome Aroma Touch. We're going to have a lot of healthy people that are so relaxed from the Aroma Touch in South Dakota after that training. So super excited about that. And then for May, you can go ahead and write down on your calendars the second Tuesday of the month, like always, will be our LDC Tribe Time at 8:30 p.m. And then Oil Camp will start on the 14th. And on the third Tuesday of the month, I've started doing a Silvers Plus call at 2 p.m. for all of our Silver Plus leaders. And then there's also a lot of doTERRA corporate events going on. And I'd really encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to go to doTERRA's website, look through all the locations that they have coming up, especially for the Wellness and Prosperity Summits. I just read on the Diamonds and Above page, if you didn't know this, they are like the first half of the day is all like pretty much an introduction to doTERRA and an introduction to the company of doTERRA, to essential oils and to doTERRA as a company. And they're actually offering a special promotion. Melissa, you might have to correct me if I say this wrong, but if they enroll with a kit, they of course get the normal promotion for this month of the 50 PV free. But then if they place an LRP next month, that's 100 PV, they get 100 PV free. Is that right?
That's what it was in Minneapolis too.
Yes.
Yeah, but this promotion isn't going to be going in May.
No, oh yeah, you're right. The April promotion won't be. Thanks, Mel, for that correction. So that's correct. The April promotion will no longer be going on in May, but if you have somebody you've been trying to get to a class and you get them to a Wellness and Prosperity Summit, even if you're not there, they will enroll with you because you were the one that invited them. So you just follow up with them afterwards, see what they thought, and if they want to enroll, you'll help them do that. So anyways, that is specifically a promo they're offering only for people that come to the Wellness and Prosperity Summits, and they're having them all over the country. So May 5th, they're having one obviously in Sioux Falls, and then they have one in Seattle as well. I have one leader that is going to the one in Seattle. So if anybody else has somebody that's going to the one in Seattle, you should let me know because I'll hook her up with my girl. They can go together. And then on May 12th is the regional for doTERRA. And so the regional is a mini convention. So it is all product focused. It's an awesome event for somebody that is like needing to learn more about the products. And I will say, like, even last year when I went, I was a gold. And I still learned a ton from the regional. So it's really just empowering. It's going to help take you that level deeper in your information of the products. And one thing I'm excited about is that in Dallas, I'm going to be speaking. So I would love to have lots of people from the LDC there to represent me. I know for my South Dakota crew, it's a long way to travel, but if you are thinking about coming, for sure message me and let me know. It's going to be an awesome event, would be a super fun road trip. There's all sorts of fun things to do in Dallas, and depending on how many people we have coming from our team, we might do a fun meal afterwards on Saturday. But there's also a Chicago location, and I know there's been some talk with other leaders thinking about going to the Chicago one as well. So really exciting events coming up. And then obviously on the 30th is that how to get the most out of your membership class, if you want to mark that out on your calendars. And then one other thing that I'll just give you guys the heads up. So if you have like your year planned out and you have stuff penciled in, you can go ahead and mark in your calendar that September is when we're going to start the cleanse for the second time of the year. I'll announce a more exact date once we get closer, but it's always going to be after the 15th of the month because that gives people time to order their LRP in time. So
can I just throw this out there that it would start like maybe the 25th so that it's after convention?
Yes, that is great. I will definitely consider that. That's definitely a huge part of the reason we'll decide when it is. Part of the reason, honestly, that I've chosen September is because September, classically in doTERRA is a hard month volume-wise, and it definitely was last year. And then all the new products come out after convention. So it's this year we kind of like doubled up both. We had new products and the cleanse at the same time. So people were having to be super choosy and selective about what they wanted to get. And so I'm trying to prevent from that this year in the cleanse, which is why September, but that's a really good point, Laura. I wanted to just like quickly go through some of the main highlights from leadership this year. And I'll be brief with this, but these were just some of the really, really powerful things. Number one, this year is the 10-year anniversary for doTERRA. So that's really exciting. That's coming up. I think it's this month or next month. Maybe somebody could confirm in the chat, but that's really exciting. And I think really the most exciting part about that is that doTERRA like is a debt-free company, and they like just, I mean, we're thriving. There's so much good stuff like coming, and like 10 years seems like a long time, but it's not, like, and there's so much awesome stuff yet to come, like, because it's thriving so much. So last year in 2017, there was 13% growth in enrollments, and there was also a 13% increase in sales. And so really those two things tell us that doTERRA, because they're growing and enrolling at the same percentage of what the sales is increasing, that they are retaining people. Like, we're taking care of people well. People are seeing results and wanting to stay with doTERRA because it changes lives. And so that is just a really, really awesome thing for us as far as like the business goes. And I also thought these stats were really encouraging. They shared like a lot of, I think sometimes we get in these stages in doTERRA where we feel like everybody knows about essential oils and doTERRA, and it's just not true. Like, maybe our circles start to know a lot about them, but there's so many people that don't know. And even in Utah, where doTERRA was started, only 5.33% of people are using doTERRA, which I think is just insane. That's such a low percentage. Wow. Good. Somebody needs to proofread my PowerPoint. Sorry, guys. Just kidding. Nothing. So the second thing I wanted to share was something that I think it was Kirk Jower shared about, but doTERRA is and always will be working on sustainability, meaning like they're always working with the farmers where we source our oils from to ensure that the plants are being taken care of well, and that the production of oils isn't going to be in question in a few years. And no one else in the essential oil industry is doing this. So that was a really encouraging thing for me to hear as well. 85% of essential oils 85% of like the farmable land where they produce essential oils in those places, that percentage, 85%, is exclusively working with doTERRA. So that's also really, really big. And then we will have 5 new healthcare clinics by the end of 2018. And that is just really, really exciting, especially for all you people that are in the medical realm. But even just, I think, for families like me, it's really exciting to think about having a doctor that can support us in a way that's congruent with what we believe and how we want to take care of our bodies. And then there was like all sorts of things. I'm not covering them all here, but doTERRA is starting to do monthly themes. I think they're copying my ebooks, really, is what's happening. Just kidding. But that's really exciting. They're going to come out with a lot of education based on those monthly themes. And then they're also creating specific education on wellness topics, on specific products, and then on body systems. So the basic gist of things is you want to teach people how to use doTERRA's website, because there's so much information there that people can use as they use their doTERRA products. And then these things. Okay, so IT is always working on updates that doTERRA is planning on doing with the system. And so I briefly wanted to run through these so you guys know what to expect and know how to take full advantage of them. The first thing that I would encourage you to do is make sure that you upload a photo on your doTERRA back office to update your profile picture, because that will be used on your doTERRA website where people can go purchase things. And then also, there is a way where people can now search for a specific wellness advocate, and this just launched last week on the websites, but you can go ahead and like try out that feature yourself and make sure that you can find yourself. If you have any problems with it, like you can talk to customer service, your account manager, anything like that, but that's really helpful. And then the other things that I think are really cool, like with if you've had somebody purchase from you retail in the past, this is just a more convenient way where they don't have to create a login to purchase. I'm like, that's great, but I don't want people to buy retail anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Rank trackers are coming soon on our back office, which we've talked about this briefly on some of the.
Can you go back to that last one real quick?
Are you sure that it's just retail orders?
It's everybody. And when they get to their cart, it shows them what the retail price will be and what it would be to enroll.
It's a really good thing.
Like, this is huge.
Thanks, guys.
We're both like, wait, Kristen, this is better than you think.
Because otherwise they go on and they have to enroll right away, and everybody thinks they don't want to enroll right away if they're just shopping around. So
yeah,
anyway, it's just like any other site where you like log on to walmart.com and you throw everything in your cart and then you decide how you're going to pay for it. Like,
cool.
That's how people are used to shopping. So that's basically how they created our site now.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Laura and I are like,
no, I'm glad. It sounds like other people were on the leadership call and didn't have a meeting planned right in the middle of it. Thanks, guys. The rank tracker option, I'm like super stoked about, because we've talked about before that doTERRA has these like sweet, I don't know if you guys can see this, but these sweet guides. This one is a doTERRA train guide to the ranks of Premier and Silver, and you can like go through and add up all your LRPs and see what your volume is going to be at the month, so you know how much volume you need to hit a certain rank. Well, that's really tedious, and they're coming out with a rank tracker where you can like literally see what you need to do for a rank, because it's going to add it up for you, which is so exciting. They have like additional education pages that are coming up based on the products, and you guys might have saw this already, but on your back office there is now like a little like placements link, and now when you're putting in an exception request, you're going to be able to do that through your back office without needing DocuSign, which I'm like, great, because I don't have to pay that monthly fee anymore for DocuSign. That rocks. And then other things that are coming soon are things like a link generator that's great for when you like share things online. So it will like literally like when you share the link with someone, it will automatically link up with your member ID number. So if they enroll, then it's going to link up to you. And they're also going to have a Power of 3 tracker coming up this summer. So like lots of cool things. And I guess one of the reasons I share this is this gets me excited that I know doTERRA is working to create a lot of things that are really helpful for us. And I know that through the IT stuff, there's been some frustrating moments for sure for me, and I'm sure for some of you. And so this just like encourages me to know that not only is doTERRA like resolving the issues, but they also have lots of purpose behind the reason that they switched to this new website, because of the potential that it has for us. For the people we enroll in, for ourselves. The next thing that I wanted to go over is the incentive trip. And I'm not going to go in this super in depth. I have a post that is coming out on the educators page tomorrow, where it like literally walks you through how you can get the doTERRA incentive trip with 12 enrollments over the course of March to August. So basically, you just need to look at that. If you enroll only 12 people, you have to be very diligent with their LRPs. I will say that. But it gives you different scenarios on how it can look like for you to earn the incentive trip. And really, it just shows you the importance of being intentional. I keep talking about Jill, but I've had lots of conversations with her recently about doTERRA, and she's like, she has her tracker pulled out, which is like just a little Excel doc, and she's entering her points in there. She has her incentives lined up for how she's going to incentivize people to place their LRPs each month. She has it planned out. So like, I am no doubt like positive that Jill will end up in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico next year for the incentive trip because she's being so diligent. And I would just really encourage you guys, like, even if you like don't have a ton of belief in yourself right now, just like try being intentional to go after it. Create some of those incentives for people to pay or to start up LRP right away, to place those 100 PV orders. And like the worst thing that happens at the end is that, one, you've learned more about how to empower somebody to get started on the loyalty program right away, and how to like tell them specific stuff to get based on their healthcare issue or health issues, like all that kind of stuff. Like for me, the first year when I went to Cancun, when I earned the trip, it wasn't until like halfway through when I received like a postcard and I was like, oh, I'm like close to getting it. Like they gave me a postcard, like maybe I should be intentional. And then I started offering, basically, if my new enrollments that got a kit placed an LRP of $100, 100 PV the next month, I would give them the book for free. And that's when I started. That was during that push for the incentive trip. And I ended up making it literally by an enrollment at 9 p.m. on August 31st. Like that's how I got to go there. It was crazy. It was crazy. But if I would have been intentional from the start, it wouldn't have been so stressful. And I will just tell you that the incentive chip has been such a game changer for me. And it's also been like a great self-care thing that's built into my business. Like laying on the beach with a bunch of people that are like-minded to you and they're trying to do doTERRA as their business, like you will learn so much. It's like I've literally had conversations with Ange Peters, with Sarah Jensen, with so many people that like I love learning from on the beach at these trips, and it's been such a game changer. So I just know so many of you could win this trip if you just set out to make it your goal. So get it on your vision board, get that tracker going. That also I will post on the educators page tomorrow morning. So you can have that. And yeah, I'm excited to be on the beach with you guys. And then this is one thing I wanted to build upon from our last Dare to Elite call. And then also based on some stuff that they covered from leadership. So I'd love to see in the comments how many of you guys have taken your Strength Finders test and how many of you have not. Like just say like yes or no in the comments. Laura has, Celestia has, Christy has, Amelia has, Dawn has, Stacy has, Audrey has, Anna has not yet, or Anna has not yet. Melissa has, Shara has not yet, Jenny hasn't yet, Kim Rose. So a lot of you have, and some of you guys are still looking to take it. Okay, so for those of you that have taken it, just a little reminder that your strengths are like perfect for you and different is always better. And really like in that, like different is better. What I wanted to like emphasize is that I think, I don't know. I mean, I guess I've heard from some people, but I don't know that I always hear this verbally. I think for me, I look at other leaders that are above me in doTERRA and I think like, Gall, I just wish that I was better at like all the crazy strategy that Ange has, like to be able to see things in the future and plan it out and be so intentional and strategic about everything. Or like we look at people and we wish that we were more like them, and we start telling ourselves like, if only I was like that, then I could be more successful in my doTERRA business. Anybody else said that? Like I have. And what I love about Strength Finders is that it reminds us that different is better. And really, like what they emphasize so much at leadership is that strengths don't tell us if we can do it, but how we do it. And one of the really cool things that they covered at leadership, they shared some slides where they had taken some polls from leaders in doTERRA. And in their global database, basically the different strengths are all like equally represented within the leadership of doTERRA, meaning it's not like everybody that's a diamond and above is primarily relational and strategic or influencing and strategic. Like everybody has such different strengths. The key is the people in leadership have learned how to take those innate gifts that they have and turn them into strengths in their business because they've learned how to like live it out on a regular basis. And so like this website right here that I linked up, if you go to doTERRA's website, you click on our advocates, and then right under that is the, like they have the empowered life, empowered success, and now they've added a link that says empowered you. And that link, if you want to like screenshot it, you can too, but it literally has videos on every single one of the different strengths that are in Strength Finders. And it tells you how you can use that strength in your business. I did this last week. I watched my top 5 on a video, and I was taking notes and just thinking about it. And I was like, yeah, I am good at that. Like I do that really well in doTERRA. And I was just like sitting there like, oh, I need to do that again. I am really good at that. Like it just reminded me of all the reasons that I am good at doTERRA and the things that I need to focus on in my business because I am good at it. So like, especially if you're at a place that you feel stuck, you need to do Strength Finders. You just need to. Or if you're at the beginning ranks and you're still trying to figure out what it looks like for you to do doTERRA, like in your like authentic zone, you need to do Strength Finders because this is going to help you be you and live into your strengths instead of compare yourself to somebody else and not feel like you can do it. So anyways, these steps right here, I'm in the midst of doing, and I encourage you guys to do as well. Take the test and then go through your signature theme report, highlight the things that you resonate with, and then watch your videos that doTERRA has sent out. Like do that for you to like be your best in doTERRA and in your life. Like it will lead to so many great discussions with the people that you love most too. That's step 3. With the people that you're most close with, have intentional conversations with them, share with them about the strengths that you found during Strength Finders, and like read the descriptions to them. And as you're like learning to articulate it to them, they're going to like also affirm things that they see in you and how they see you live out that strength. And that is like such an encouraging process. It will help your relationships go deeper too, because your friends and your family, the people that love you most, are going to be able to see the strengths in you and acknowledge them more clearly than they would have in the past. And then number 4 is discover your team's talents. And this is my last step that I'm going to be taking. I have the top 5 strengths for all my qualifiers, and I'm going to go through the videos for them too, because I want to learn to very intentionally recognize what they're good at and affirm that in them and help them to live in their strength zone and not expect them to be somebody they're not, because they're not me. And I want to be able to coach them from a place that's authentic to them instead of like trying to make them into me, which is easy for me to do because I know my strengths, but their strengths are different and I want them to live authentically into them. They're them and their strengths. So this is a great team building exercise. You can plan like a fun wine night or dessert night or whatever with your girls and go through your strengths together. And it will bring life to much more than just your doTERRA business. Is that my last slide? I think it is actually, guys. So it has been an hour now, and I wanted to just like go through all of these things with you. I hope it was beneficial for you and you guys had some good takeaways. But if you like, I would love to have a brief time of Q&A. If anybody has questions, like whether it's about the cleanse or oil camp or convention or the awesome tax live that my hubby did. Anything is fair game. So you're welcome to post in the chat or unmute yourself. Any questions, guys? Nothing? Well, thanks. Oh, thanks everybody for joining live. Sorry again that I was late. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys. I'll see a lot of you guys in South Dakota when I come up, and don't hesitate to reach out with questions you have. So thanks for joining, friends. Good night.